Isaac is absolutely pounding this section of Mobile County. Take a look at where we are. We're on the western shore of Mobile Bay, and look at the high waves absolutely smashing onto the shoreline. Kim, you're right. You know, the chief hopes to be able to put an end to crime vigils like the one you see behind me. Police wanted Kirksey off the streets immediately, but they wanted to get him as safely as possible.
Trish, you talked with both ADEM and Mobile Gas today.
Kim, you're right. ADEM issued this certified letter to Mobile Gas, basically naming them the responsible party. Police Chief Jimmy Gardner says this 2-week-long investigation has paid off. Tonight, 2 suspects are behind bars, charged in a high-profile murder. Police Chief Michael T. Williams says the numbers simply don't lie. The more officers he has on the streets, the less crime you'll see in your neighborhood. That's right, and you know, since we've been standing here, we've seen a few employees walk into their cars, some with boxes, others with potted plants, many of them forced to start all over beginning tomorrow.
So I thought he was going to come to my house. I thought, you know, that he would come and kill me.
Well, it was back in August when Local 15 News spoke exclusively with a woman who claimed she was terrorized by Pritchard police officer Ivan Lopez. Well, in court today, the woman, who we won't identify, told the judge about the night she says Lopez made her fear for her life. She told us the very same story. She said it happened after she passed the driver of a white Mercedes at the bottom of the Cochran Africatown Bridge.
All of a sudden, he comes zooming by me, and he cut me off completely and just stopped dead. You know, I'm going probably 50 or 55 by that time, and he just completely stopped.
The woman says she swerved to avoid hitting the car, and by then, according to her, she caught a glimpse of the driver, Officer Ivan Lopez.
He came up beside me and he tried to hit me with his car. He just kept swinging his car towards mine, and I just kept moving out of his way. At one point, you know, when he came up and started the same thing again, you know, I held up my cell phone. I said, "Please leave me alone. If you don't, I'm calling the police." I thought that would do it, you know. And he said, he held up his badge at that point. He says, "Don't bother. I am the police."
Well, by this time, both vehicles had approached Interstate 10. The woman says she frantically called 911, and Daphne police offered her assistance. She says they also questioned Lopez. Well, in court today, Lopez gave a very different account of what went down that night. His attorney told the judge that the woman was driving erratically and that Lopez was simply trying to pull her over. His supervisor also testified that he gave Lopez, who was driving his personal car, permission to pull the driver over. But in the end, the judge had the final say. Lopez was found guilty of reckless endangerment, sentenced to 2 months in jail and 2 years probation. Did you kill Reverend Richardson?
I ain't killed nobody. My grandma told me better than that.
Why do police think you did it?
Because, man.
Because what?
What it is, man. I ain't killed nobody, man. I couldn't even kill nobody, bro. I'm innocent, bro.
I'm innocent.
Why do police think you did it?
I don't know. I'm innocent.
2 teenage murder suspects both say they're innocent tonight in the murder of Reverend Sam Richardson.
Had it not been for the cooperation of the citizens in the community and outpour information, we would not be where we are today. There's so many families that are involved, and this is a crisis for all of us.
During the investigation, these names had came up several times.
Lead investigator Sergeant Walter Knight says one of these suspects, he won't reveal which one, actually came forward and confessed to the murder. Police say the other suspect's mother turned him in. Tonight, 17-year-old Andrew Amison and 19-year-old Broderick Brown are both charged with robbery and murder. Authorities say Richardson was shot during a robbery. Now police are on the hunt for a third suspect in this shooting. Tonight, complete with hugs and tears, family members thanked the authorities for their hard work.
Today was like a bittersweet moment today. You know, I was thankful because they were caught. But even in the midst of this, it doesn't bring my father back.
It's just a relief to know that everything worked out the way it did and justice is going to be served.
I threw a Coke can at the boy because he called me a retard. And then next thing out of the blue, he punched me and lifted me up off the ground, and then I became airborne. Hurts.
I know it hurts, baby. I know.
His face is bloody, his eye black and blue and nearly sealed shut. But still, 14-year-old Austin Stokes managed to smile today while talking to Local 15 News. His mother, on the other hand, is outraged about what happened to her son here at George County High School. She says a fellow student, a senior, punched her son in the face.
It hurts me that to see him hurt. When I saw him first yesterday, the injury was the knot above his eye was about the size of a tennis ball.
Lori Dees rushed her son to the hospital to have him checked out. She says blood was dripping down his face, his lip was swollen, and he has a chipped tooth. Doctors took x-rays and found no fractures or bleeding on his brain. Dees says George County school officials told her the student who struck her son would be charged with simple assault.
I feel like if you attack someone who can't defend themselves, it's not simple. There's nothing simple about that.
Students and teachers sent over well wishes to Austin today. He says the candy and balloons made him feel better. The 14-year-old told us what he believes should happen to the student who he says caused him so much pain.
I think he should be put in jail for a day or two.